Good morning, sir.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm doing all right. Are you Matthew Richard Bricker?
Yes, sir.
You live in Niles?
Yes, sir.
I just got assigned to a Berrien County case.
It's a little bit of a drive.
Well, I gotta go to Niles. Someone got charged with a crime and the judges in Berrien County all disqualified themselves and the state court assigned it to me.
Lucky you.
So I'll be going to Niles. I haven't been there in a long time. Anyway, you're charged with the crime of the day, which is no insurance and no operator's license and improper plates. Do you have insurance now?
Yes, sir. Insurance was obtained before the citation was even written on the night of the stop, Your Honor.
And you have plates too?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. And do you have a license?
Yes, sir. It was just expired. It wasn't suspended or anything, and it was also renewed before the traffic stop was even completed.
Very good. All right.
I also have documents of all that.
That's great. You got all the proof with him. I let the prosecutor know that we had 8 of these. No, let me explain for everybody that's here for no proof of insurance. You heard me say it's a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of not less than $200. That's the misdemeanor. There's a lesser charge known as no proof of insurance. No proof of insurance is a civil infraction that carries a fine only of $150. So almost always, if the people bring in proof that they have insurance now, the prosecutor will dismiss the 1-year misdemeanor for a plea to the civil infraction. So you brought all the proof with you. You got it all. You got the plate squared away, you got your license squared away, and you got your insurance squared away.
Everything, Your Honor.
So I don't want to make you make another trip over here from Niles. So you also have a seat.
All right, I appreciate
And
it.
we'll see if we get the prosecutor.
All right, thanks, Your Honor.
I know Abigail or somebody is doing some other pre-trials this morning, but would you let her know that we've got so far at least 2 instant pre-trials for no proof of insurance? And maybe we can get the prosecutor to help us with these. Mr. Cole, you got charged with no ops, no valid operator's license. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. Carries 2 points. Let's see what we got here. Let's take a look at your driving record. I thought you got squared away.
Yeah, I was in sobriety court and I graduated. And then I
Yes.
wrecked my car and it wasn't worth having it towed to Wajack from Sturgis to fix it. So I sent the interlock back
Oh,
and then they
boy.
suspended my license for it.
As you know, we had the other Dustin Chevy Cole, and he died.
Yeah, I worked with his father.
He was a good kid. And so you lost your interlock, is that what
I
happened?
did.
And I tell people, I probably told you, it's when you're in sobriety court, you did a good job and you graduated. And but when you get out, it's so cumbersome and so hard to keep your interlock. So let's take a look and see what your deal is. What are you doing now?
For work,
Yeah.
Bracy and Jar, masonry.
What are you guys working on?
Right now, Friendship Village on Drake Road in Kalamazoo. It's a retirement home. Blocking brickwork.
Well, that's hard work. It pays pretty good, but you go from job to job. Let's take a look at your ticket. This was at 8 o'clock at night in Constantine. Written by a Constantine cop, but they didn't write an ordinance. It also had 1 headlight, like the wallflowers, and
Yeah, they gave me a warning for that because it was working after you pulled me over.
all right, well, they'll pull you over every time for a headlight. Just say, hey, your light's out. So let's take a look. Your life was not valid, restricted. Well, that was a long time ago. You graduated about 2017,
That was a long time ago.
10 years ago. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Except for this.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, have a seat. There are some other things. The problem is, as you heard me say earlier, if you get 2 drinking drivings, you get revoked. Unless you're in sobriety court, where we can get you a license with an interlock. You had a restricted license and now it just shows as not valid. So are you gonna try to get your license back?
I was in the process of doing that. I went to Secretary of State. They said I was a couple months shy of doing my test again. So I don't know if this is gonna hurt.
When was that?
About a month and a half ago. Because I had to renew my ID. And they were confused because they said I got an ID. It takes away my license.
Yeah, I'm confused
So
too.
they said I
One
had a restricted
option,
license, but yeah.
one option is to set this out a couple months and see what you can do with SOS.
Yes, sir.
If you get dinged with this no ops, it's gonna make at least a year before you can get your license back. If I bump this out to say March, have you come back and let us know what the status of your license is, perhaps the prosecutor can give you some consideration. There's a charge called allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code, which doesn't go on your driving record. And I don't have the authority to do that, but the prosecutor does. When they said a couple of months out, did they give you, I can't tell from looking at your driving record, when you're eligible. Yeah, you were burning the candle at both ends when you were young. Restricted from 17 through 17. Interlock violation.
They had violations for the windshield washer fluid and for the coffee.
A good job. Are you still on Oxbow Drive?
I am.
How do you get back and forth to work? You got somebody down
My
here?
wife,
She drives you back and forth to?
Yeah. it's about a 38-minute drive.
All right, how about my suggestion, we adjourn this out a bit and see if you can get squared away with SOS.
Yes, sir.
2/6/26, 2/5/26. All right, let's take a leap here. We'll set it out for Thursday, April 9th. For a pretrial with the prosecutor. Bring proof of activity with SOS.
Yes, sir.
Now, don't drive anymore between now and then. That'll just really unscramble everything.
All right.
Thursday, April 9. Bring SOS information. All right, let you get back to work. All right, maybe you can bring in something from Secretary of State, which would convince the prosecutor to reduce the charge. Put that on your refrigerator. That may be the only notice you're gonna get. And I'll see you on Thursday, April 9th, and we'll see what the deal is.
All right, thank you.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Graham.
Good morning.
You're in our no insurance club. File number is 2621SM. You got a ticket for driving without insurance on New Year's Day
Correct.
of 2026. Punishment is, as I said, up to a year in jail. Fine of up to $500. Do you have insurance now?
Yes,
You have it with you?
yes,
Very good. Who's your insurance carrier?
Progressive. So at the time I had storage insurance on the vehicle. It had previously not been running and we finally got it running and I ran my daughter to her friend's house, which was about 3 miles away. And I was on my way back when I got pulled over.
They can now run the plate and tell whether the car is insured or not. So we get hundreds, in the course of a year, hundreds of no insurance tickets. And many people like you come in with valid insurance. So we got several other people here also. I've inquired whether the prosecutor is available to meet with you. I gave them a heads up that we were going to have a lot of these, so have a seat. We've heard anything back from the prosecutor about the ability to do the pre-trials on these folks. Thursday's become a particularly cumbersome day. As I said, what the prosecutor very often does, usually, is reduces it to a civil infraction, where it's just a fine of $150. Doesn't require you to get fingerprinted. So we'll keep plugging away here. I'm taking people in the order they came in. We have a couple of people that looks like they needed interpreters. They didn't show up. So that really slows things down. Takes 3 times as long to do things with a translator. Cameron Doherty, would you come forward, please? Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is file 2622SD. You're Cameron Dale Doherty.
Yes, sir.
You're here from Battle Creek.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you for being here in a timely manner. You got charged with operating while intoxicated. Hardly a day goes by we don't have at least one of those. They used to just call it drunk driving. It's a misdemeanor under Michigan law. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 6 points on your driving record and it requires that your license be suspended. You got this citation at Silver Street and Pinhook Road on January 10th at 2:13 in the morning. January 10th is a Friday into a Saturday. What this says to me is Cowboy Up. Is that where you were?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Cowboy Up is a dance club and line dancing and also a restaurant. We get lots of tickets over here at Silver Street, Pinhook. There's a big curve right there, 2 o'clock in the morning. My recommendation, Mr. Doherty, is that you plead not guilty to this and I get a lawyer to help you with it. And then we could set a pretrial and we'll get the police report. Your blood alcohol here says 0.12. It's likely the prosecutor may be willing to reduce this to impaired driving. Impaired driving would allow you to keep a restricted driver's license. And it has a less fine and less points. Is that agreeable with you? What do you do, sir?
Vapor and radon mitigation nationwide.
All right, so have you got projects going on right now?
Yeah, we have a few upcoming projects.
All right, well, I'm gonna set this for March 6th. Will you be here in Michigan at that time?
I believe the current one we have is going to be a 4-week long project in Illinois, and it starts this Monday. So 4 weeks from there would be ideal.
Well, let's see, this Monday is 6/9, you and 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's fine.
March
is
6th will
fine.
work,
Mhm.
okay.